All right, guys, let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm doing something with these speakers. It might help you if you want to make your sound a little better. So I'll show you later in the outside of the speaker. What I've noticed is I took this ion speaker apart. It looks like the woofer is pretty good quality, like the driver, but these tweeters are paper with a little dome inside. I'm not thinking these are very good. I listened to them, they didn't sound very good. They had these little capacitors. I don't know what I think it's microfarad, MF, microfarad. I'm going to change them. I've changed these out as well. So I've removed the wire for these. I took one of the speakers out and I added another thing here. What I added is I noticed the bass had a lot of high bass, not much punch to it. So what I'm doing here is this is a coil. I think this one here is a 1.5, if I remember right. It's been a long time since this one had a label on it. What that did is knocked out a lot of that high mid-range. So it was, to me, it was like peaking in the range of about 4K, maybe 6K, somewhere in there. Without using a graph, I can't really tell you. I didn't run pink noise through it and check it, but it was running. It had a peaking issue. It wasn't bad sounding. It didn't sound terrible, but I know it could sound a lot better with some silk dome tweeters and a crossover. So it was a little difficult. We'll show you a little bit later. It's kind of backwards. I'll show you later in the video how I took this apart. I wanted to make sure it was going to work first. It's a little bit tricky to get apart. It does have Allen screws in the back of it, and we'll get to that a little bit later. So we're kind of going backwards here. So I have these. I know this one's dented, but it's still a good one. This is a Peerless silk dome. These are really good, high quality, so should make it sound a lot better. And these ones, they bolt up a little bit different. They're 3 instead of 4 that was on there, so it's gonna be a little bit tough to get on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, I think I can get 2 of the screws in, maybe not. Yeah, I think I can get 2 of them in, maybe not. Maybe I'll get 1 of them in. Anyway, I'm going to try and mount these on here and cover that hole. I'll probably have to take some silicone. You know, depending on which ones you bought, you could buy a lot of different ones. I think there's a few by another manufacturer. Peerless is really high quality, you know, really good stuff. But I just had these laying around, so I'm going to use these. So I'm going to can all 3 tweeters. I'm going to put 2 Peerless in. And I'm putting in, let's see what microfarads this one is. I think it's 3300 if I probably, that's usually what I would use. Yeah, 33. So I guess that's 100 volt, 33 microfarads, or whatever you can see there. I think it's called metrofarads. I can't remember how you even say it. Anyway, 33. So let's try these. I've already tried it and it's heard the sound. It sounded like it was a little bit weak with 1 tweeter. I think it needs 2. So I'm going to run 2 tweeters. I'm going to run 1 in the front, 1 in one of the sides, since it's what I have. And we'll see how much better it sounds. I mean, I won't be able to really show you, but I'll just tell you how much better it is once I'm done. So real quick, this coil will lose some of the efficiency of the speaker, but the sound, what it'll do, it'll take some of the, flatten out some of the mid-range and boost a little bit of the lower bass to give it a little more punch. And I felt like that was what it was lacking. So I'm going to go ahead and put this tweeter in, and I'll get the other one wired in. I've got to get the cap on it, and then I'll get them on there and we'll take a listen to it. All right, so that's what we ended up with here. It's a mess. It's so hard to get in here. We got stuff over my hands trying to silicone around the speakers, and it's just really tight in here. So I got this thing mounted over here because it shouldn't really be on the speaker. Plus, when it's on the speaker, it hits that thing when you close it. So anyway, I'm going to try to put this back together now, and I'll show you some more about how I took it apart. All right, so we've got a huge improvement here. I'll throw on some Mic FN Garage and check out how it sounds. I'll turn this up. I think the volume's turned way down on it, on the sound on the video, so. A lot flatter mid-range, a lot more punch in the bass. I don't know if you can even tell. And then you can put on the, whoa. The volume's way down on that, that's why it's. It's still kind of peaky at like 400 in the bass. It's kind of, it's not the greatest woofer, so. But the high end's a lot better. Anyway, all right, let's try a little bit of Slink. You can check him out. He's a musician on YouTube. We'll get this rolling here and I'll bring you back in. Tell that mid-range is much flatter. And the high end goes up way higher. It goes up to about 14,000. That bass on there. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that on that phone. It's really bassy. Mega boom on. That's with it off. Not that much difference. Really sounds a lot better. Huge improvement. The high end is a lot cleaner. It goes up a lot higher. It's just more clear, and the mid-range is flatter because you got that coil in there. The coil, what it does is it flattens out the mid-range, takes the mid-range and punches it into some bass. You lose a little bit of efficiency, but it gets plenty loud. That's very loud. It's probably peaking the microphone out on this thing because the bass is so much stronger, punchier. Anyway, worked out really good. I was gonna film putting it together. It just didn't work out, but it's pretty simple. You know, you take these out. These are all Allen bolts here, and these are all Phillips, okay? And then these are smaller Allens in these two. You have to take this all these out, and it takes a while to do. And then I put them all in and siliconed around the speakers. I actually did also block off the port. I felt like the bass would be, you know, it would cater to that higher bass, but it still has a little too much in the 400 range. So it's kind of peaky in 400 maybe, that high bass. So still, but it sounds a whole lot better than it did. And it's definitely a decent speaker now. You could, you know, probably listen to something pretty loud on it and sound good inside your car. So I'm using this for my classic car. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Hope you like it. Please like, share, and subscribe.